This year we celebrate the 75th anniversary of victory in Europe. You will remember that in 1939, the German military invaded Poland. That event plunged Europe into war once again. Militaries around the world began arming themselves and preparing to fight. It was in December of 1941 that the United States officially entered World War II. Our men and women put on their country's uniform, left home, and prepared to fight against tyranny. By the end of World War II, some 16 million men and women in the United States wore the uniforms of the Army, the Navy, the Marines. By the end of that war, 400,000 of our military personnel gave their lives in defense of our country and fight for freedom. It is estimated that some 20 million military personnel around the world lost their lives in World War II. That, combined with the astronomical civilian deaths, total over 70 million lives lost in that terrible war. That is why on May 8, 1945, when the Allies announced that the German military had surrendered, a great celebration broke out around the world. People spilled out of their homes into their streets. They began to sing, play music, and to dance. And of course, church bells rang out across the country. It was truly a time of celebration as victory had been achieved, as good had triumphed over evil. Tonight we gather once again to celebrate victory in Europe. We celebrate those who gave so much for the cause of freedom and their victory. We remember their sacrifice tonight, and we give thanks. Tonight, as the bells ring out freedom once again, we ask that you pause to not only celebrate, but to give thanks. You should have received a packet of thank you notes when you arrived this evening. We ask that you take a moment this evening to write a note of gratitude to someone who has served in the military, who have sacrificed so much for the cause of freedom. We also ask that you take a moment to write a note of gratitude to a first responder, to a medical personnel who has been fighting on the front lines against this terrible virus, COVID-19. For 75 years, we have had so much to give thanks for. Victory in a terrible war. Today, we give thanks for those who served, and we give thanks once again for those who are serving, who are helping for the cause of freedom, and those who are working so hard to make sure that we can live life to the fullest. We truly are a blessed people with much to give thanks. And tonight, as we gather to once again celebrate victory in Europe, I hope you will celebrate, and I hope you will give thanks.